Hello, 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 and this is the Real Agent P, and I'm coming back at you with another Dragon Ball FighterZ tips and tricks video. This time it's on Lord Cooler. Yep, that's right, Lord Cooler finally gets his video. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going over the special attacks, supers, any notable normals that he has, because he has a few, and then his mix-up potential, because even though he doesn't have he's not a mix-up monster, he still has probably a lot better mix-up potential than a lot of people give him credit for, and that in and of itself is a mix-up. Alright, so we're going to start off with his special attacks. We're going to look at Death Chaser, and that's quarter circle forward and the attack button. So we're going to do light, medium, and heavy. Okay. And they don't all do that kick, so we'll do light, see it just kicks and kind of slides and he pops up. Medium causes a sliding knockout, and then the heavy does that extra little kick with a slide. So the interesting little things about these, so if we go into our info and we turn up our frame advantage, so, you know, you see 6, your frame advantage 2, we're going to also set the enemy to block here, guard all. Okay, so blocking everything, alright? So you see that's -3, because the jab blocked is -3. So let's do the light. Oh, the light's -4. That's not great. That's even, you know, more negative than a jab. Okay. Oh, look at that. The medium version is +2, and that's the same thing with the heavy version. The heavy version and the medium version are actually plus on block. That means that if you're doing your little string and you go into one of those and then you just kind of keep going, they either have to try to reflect out, which is possible, or they, you know, if they stick out a button, they're getting caught by this. This is a 6 frame, you know, he doesn't have a slow jab, and where you are on the medium version, you're right here. So I mean, you're in jab range. It's not like you're barely out of it, you know, like here, because his jabs aren't. His startup jab is not that great, especially for all the other ranged actions he has. But yeah, you are right on their face, so you can just kind of keep rolling with that. And as long as they don't try to down heavy you, because this can be down heavied, so as long as they don't get clever with that and try to down heavy you, you know, you kind of just keep taking your turn, taking your turn, taking your turn. And like I said, with the heavy, you do have that extra little bounce there. And these can also be strung into either of the level ones, depending on how long you wait for it. But we'll get into the level ones here in a minute. Alright, so the next one is the Death Breaker, and that's quarter circle back and your attack buttons, and this is his DP. We're going to turn that off real quick because we don't need that. We do need this though. So this is his DP. So the light version, you can do that jump attack. So it is invulnerable to all of the air attacks. The light version, it comes out really quick too. I mean, that's quick. If you're coming in with a instant air dash heavy and you can read it, even if you can just react to it and you see that jump attack, you know, this is hard to react to. The medium version is fully invincible. So frame 1, fully invincible startup. As soon as he starts going into that motion, he is not getting kicked out of it. And then you have the heavy version, which of course is fully invincible, and it's pretty quick as well. You know, it's almost as quick as the light one, and it's fully invincible. It's just great. Now, each of these have a startup. We're going to get to the mid screen here. So, if we do the, and it doesn't matter, or not a startup, a follow-up. And it doesn't matter which one you start off with to do the follow-up. Each of your light, medium, heavy buttons have a different action to them. So I'm going to do, for this demonstration, I'm going to be using the light version. So this is the one that's invincible to jump attacks. So I'm going to be just doing the light version, and I'm going to be doing the different follow-ups. So this is the light version with the light follow-up. And you can see it throws them behind you. Okay? Light version with the medium follow-up. And it throws them in front of you. Okay, and the light version, the heavy follow-up. Throws him behind, and he gets a dive kick. Alright, so we're also going to show you the heavy version with the heavy follow-up real quick, because this will burn 2 bars. As you can see, he gets 2 kicks and 2,400 damage for a DP. And that's pretty nuts. Yeah, you're burning 2 bars, and if you really want to get crazy, you can burn 3 bars and go into that for about 3,000 damage, a little over, for 3 bars. You know, it's not the most efficient meter use, but if you need the kill, they can get you the kill. So yeah, as you can see, you can choose which side you're going to be on. So even if you do the medium, you can just mash medium and keep them going. You can do the medium into the light. You know, if you're out of the corner and you want to get in the corner, then you can move them towards the corner. So this move, you can pick which side you're on, which is really nice. And whenever I'm in the corner, this is what I use for my combo ender, because I like to go into the medium, and that keeps my corner. If I was back to the corner, then what I would do is I would do that. I would want to do it into light so that I can put them in the corner, and then they're there, and then you can just start your pressure, or you can just start going on them, wailing. All right, so yeah, that DP this is one of his big moves here. You know, I've heard a lot of people say that the dive kick is his signature move, but I think his DP is his most invaluable tool that he's gonna have. All right, so now we're gonna be getting into the special buttons moved. So we have the Death Flash, which is quarter circle forward, and S. And I love that. Yeah! That is his beam. And it is the slowest beam in the game. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. It's just slow. But it is air-okay, along with all of his special moves. All of his special moves, except for the Death Shaker, which we're going to get into in a second. All of his special moves are air-okay. So, you know, DP is okay in the air, Dive Kick is okay in the air, and the Death Flash is okay in the air. So, you know, but it's still a beam. You know, even though it's a slow beam, it is still a beam. It is still, you know, gonna pop things that are trying to super dash at you. You know, if you are able to call out a switch in, do that. You can like back up and you know, if you think they're gonna spark, do that. Let them spark. That'll hit them after the sparking activation, and then you can always go into, you know, vanish combos, into whatever kind of nonsense you want to go to. So yeah, it's one of the worst beams in the game as far as speed goes, but it's, you know, it's fairly wide. It's definitely a lot wider than like the Dodon Ray or anything like that. But it's you know, it does have the beam qualities. A little push, does a little bit of a wall bounce, kind of pops them up. So I mean, it's not a great tool, but it's still a tool that he has. Alright, and then like I said, we're going to talk about the Death Shaker. This one is only available on the grounds, because I'm trying to do it here and all I'm getting is these little key blasts. Alright, Death Shaker, quarter circle back, and S. And this, we're going to set the enemy to block here, guard all. So this, as you can see, is a low. It is a full screen low. There's not a whole lot of full screen attacks at the same time moves. Gogeta has one now with his, you know, grab, basically. But his, yeah. This is a full screen low. And you can kind of go, you can combo into it. Because you can go to, you know, you can combo into it. It's nice. Aside from just kind of the random hitting, we're going to turn this thing off to block. So, you know, aside from just random hitting into vanish, you're not going to get much off of it if the enemy's, you know, pretty far away. So now we're going to talk about his supers. He has 2 level 1 supers, and a level 3 that functions differently if you're on the ground or in the air. Also, whenever you DHC into it. So the first level 1 super that we're going to talk about is the Death Crasher, and this is his ground level 1. So, quarter circle forward, bumper, he runs forward, grabs the opponent, and plants a dumbass tree. Alright, so as you can see with this move, it's a side switcher. This one will always switch sides no matter what you're doing, and if you DHC into cooler, or ultimate Z change, whatever you want to call it. I'm using the DHC, that's because I've always heard it called. But if you ultimate Z change into cooler, so let's switch out to the Jimba real quick. So we're going to bring cooler in, and this is the one that he will always do, and he will always switch sides. So you kind of got to weigh your options on using this one. If you want to lose the corner, if you want to gain the corner, you got to know where you're at. That is one big thing with cooler is screen presence. And knowing where you're at on the screen, knowing how close you are to the corner, so which moves you want to do to try to get them into the corner, because that's where cooler just shines. He can throw out some damage in the corner, and it's ridiculous. Alright, so now we're going to go into his air level 1, which is Death Drop. Which is that big boy. It's kind of like Frieza's level 3, but with cooler being the big awesome brother, he can just do it as a level 1. So yeah, it just forms that little energy barrier around him, pops him down. Now I absolutely love using this one in the corner for the simple fact of where you land. Oops. There we go. Because you land right here. You're out of jab range. You're just barely in medium range, but you're in that down medium range, which we're going to talk about the down medium and the notable normals, because this tail right here is a beast. But yeah, this is the one that I will usually use, especially if I'm in the corner, because it helps you keep your same side. Alright, now we're going to talk about his level 3. I'm just going to make sure I have the training dummy set up right. Okay, I did. Awesome. Alright, so his level 3, nothing happened. See, watch the bar, 5 bar, 2 bar, nothing happened. That's because his level 3 is a counter. So you actually have to be hit with this level 3. Okay? For that to happen. But anything that hits you, anything, physical, energy, it's not like Janemba's counter where it has to be like an assist or a key blast for it to go off. It's just there. It will counter, just counter. If an assist hits, if an energy standard key blast hits, just standard punch, beam, doesn't matter. Whatever hits cooler, he is going to be doing that little teleport behind you, catch you, smack you around, and make a bigger ball than Frieza. Alright, and it does, raw, 4,000 damage. It's pretty nice. Now in the air, you see he does a little grab. Alright, so we're just going to go into the air. There. Combo it. So that way you don't have to worry. That's pretty much in the air. You can combo into his level 3. If you're really on the ball with it. No way! Yeah, you can do the dive kick into it because you're still airborne for just a second after that dive kick. So you can dive kick into the level 3. It's just kind of difficult too. So if you're wanting to end with a level 3 on the ground, you'll want to take his light dive kick combo route, which I never do, because I would rather, have the better Oki, honestly. But that's just, and it's just something that I'm not used to doing too. Alright, so that's his level 3. Alright, so now we're going to get into some notable normals. We're going to turn off this. We're going to turn off the invincibility display now. Alright, So he has 2 command normals. He has the Crushing Stomp, which is forward H, which does that. And he has the Genocidal Uppercut, which you will know as the Slide Punch, which is down, forward, and H. The Stomp, let's go to the enemy settings. The Stomp is a low. He has to block low to block the Stomp. Gotta crouch. This does help with that mix-up potential that I was talking about. With being able to try to mix up, you know, because you can go. Just like that. So you go, you know, normal, low, 2 lows in a row, into a normal, into another low. So you can mix them up. He's got, you know, and you can even do, dang it. You can do 3 lows in a row. Like that. So you can make him block 3 lows in a row. So if they try to stand up, then they're got. And you can get him used to blocking low, because the dive kicks have to be blocked standing. So this, again, gets into his mix-up potential. And it does, you know, this stomp does help. Now, something else with this, with the stomp, is if you're doing your normal combo route, where you do like down, medium, and a medium, that's gonna fall out. So if you want to put the stomp in for a little extra damage in the corner, what I do is I do light, medium, down, medium, stomp. Because if you do light, down, medium, stomp, and it hits, he'll be, you know, in the air at that point. But if you do the light, medium, down, medium, stomp, he'll be close enough to the ground where that stomp will connect, and then you can do stomp into heavy, and that will be your launcher. So the stomp does have, you know, a lot of use. I don't get it out as much as I'd like to, but it is still a very, very nice tool. Now then, we're going to talk about his slide punch. So, you know, you've seen me use this. It's got good range. You know, you can come up in. It is invulnerable to super dashes, and it is also not frame 1 invulnerable to this, but it is invulnerable to beams. See, it just plows right through it. It's kind of nice. So if you do this, you can super dash afterwards. They did make the follow-ups a lot easier, because before the patch came out for him, that was pretty much it. Like you got that slide punch, and that was about it. You know, you couldn't really do much afterwards. And like I said, it's not frame 1 invulnerable, so you have to be kind of on the ball about seeing, either knowing they're going to throw a beam, or seeing it come out. Because if you're full screen, or almost full screen, because it doesn't quite reach from full screen. So if you're almost full screen, you see that action, you can come get them. Alright, and it's, you know, like I said, it's one of my favorite starting ones, because unless you like super jump, you're not going to be, just a jump, it's not going to be quite high enough. You might just barely whiff, or if, you know, beam assist, into super dash or whatever you want to do, this is going to be this is also useful because you can, if it's blocked, you can come in Ki Blast. Now they will be able to reflect the Ki Blast, but they're just reflecting the Ki Blast, and you're still right there in, you know, light range. So they can reflect the Ki Blast, and you're still pressure. So that is one thing that Cooler does have a lot of, is really good pressure, and it comes off the back of his tools. And you know, this being one of them. I love this move. This is one of my favorite moves to use from him. Now, it is high risk, it is high reward. So yeah, you can get a good combo. You can just break through beams and just make people really play your game. This is a way to slow down that game, to make them stop throwing beams. If someone's really beam happy, and they just want to throw out beams all day, after about 3 of those, they're going to stop throwing out the beams, and then you can, you know, that's putting your dominance onto them, you know, so you can really control that player's actions. And that's kind of what Cooler does, you know, using his DP. You know, he's got this invincible move. He's got this invincible move. The dive kicks, as soon as that purple flash comes out, you know, it's pretty well invincible. So he doesn't have a lot of like fully invincible moves. You know, the DP is really it, and of course his level 3. But he makes you play his game. He doesn't want to play your game. He makes you play his game, and he's one of the best characters at doing that in this game, in my opinion. Alright, so as far as general gameplay goes, you know, he's pretty straightforward. He doesn't have a low-hitting 2L, and this is actually slower than his standard, and it doesn't have much better range, so I'm going to find the edge. Okay. So that's right about here is the edge of the range for the stand light, and your crouch light has just a touch more range, but not a lot, and it's 1 frame slower. The 2L, his 2L is almost, I hardly ever use it. The only time I do is if I need to like low profile something, because it just gives you that little bit of a duck there. Now, we're going to talk about mediums for a second. Alright, let's get back to the center here. So, round 1 start, position, push back a little bit. This medium, look at that. Look at that tail. Look at that tail. Look at that tail. Oh, it's so big. I mean, look at the range on that. This has some range better than some slides. And it's a little deceiving because of where it hits. It looks like it shouldn't hit as a low, but it is. It is a low, it is a true low, and, you know, I'm just working into the corner by doing this. So yeah, he moves forward just a little bit. Just a touch. Not much. He just kind of scoots, but he whips that tail, and that tail, man, that tail can catch you. So you've seen me, this is again, getting into that high-low mix-up stuff. So we're going to take the enemy off of blocking here. So, you know, let's do normal level 1 right here. So you're here, okay? You can't connect with the light. You can connect with a medium, but that's about it. You know, you have to do a medium combo. So what I like to do in that situation, I'm just going to do the short version of that. To him. Because people, they'll up tack or they'll, you know, back tack. So to him. You get them used to watching their toes. So if they watch their toes, I'm going to have them guard all, guard first. Don't switch. So we're going to have him guard all crouching. So he's going to guard all of these crouches, but he's going to get hit by overheads. Alright, so you get him used to doing that. You get him used to blocking that. Go into the dive kicks. Okay, and then they start standing up, and then you get back down. You know, use those high lows to your advantage. Which is basically going into his mix-up thing. His mix-up is the high lows. The fact that he has as many lows as he has can really help you, because he's got that low, he's got that low, he's got that low. You know, he's got good high-low mix-up. He's got good high-low overhead mix-up so that he can, you know, get you. And if you're trying to mix him, I would suggest, now this isn't always what I do, so do as I say and not as I do, you'll see me throw out the medium. This one's a lot easier to react to than that. The light one, especially in strings, is not as easy to react to. Now, you don't get the follow-up as it, but you still have that mind game of, okay, now I gotta make him block again. Okay. So what am I gonna do to them? All that good stuff. Something else I should note about his jumping to H. So that's his jumping to H. That boot boots him across the screen. If you are doing a combo yet, it will wall bounce. So if you're doing you know, one of his jump cancel combos, it will wall bounce, and that can actually help you do some, you know, self snaps, stuff like that. I don't do that in actual gameplay, for the simple fact that I am just worried about dropping it. I would rather take the damage I know I can get than to try to get a little bit more damage and end up dropping it. But yeah, he does have an unconventional 2H. Imagine that, me playing a character with an unconventional air heavy. I mean, it's not like I don't already. So yeah, that's one thing that you do have to just kind of remember, is that 2H in the air, it's not a launcher. So you do kind of have to form your combos around that. Alright, now let's get into some of the pros and cons with him. Pros, I think he's got excellent damage. I mean, if you watch some of the really, really high-level corner combos that this man can do, he can just keep comboing and comboing and comboing, and eventually, like, the character will fall out from hit stun decay instead of running out of things to do. Like, Cooler's combo structure just allows for a lot of variance and a lot of damage. This boy can just throw it out. I mean, you guys have seen me two-touch kill solo, so without assists, without anything, without sparking. So I mean, his damage potential is just crazy. His range, especially, like this boy right here. I mean, I'm still backing up a little bit. Like, that's missed. Like, that range on that down end is crazy. And same thing with his H. You know, his H moves forward quite a bit. Like, 3/4 of the screen come in from an H. And you have that combo, and it's ridiculous that you can do that. So, range. That's kind of the you know, he's got his big boy normals on. Also with the slide punch and being fully invincible, the fact that he has a fully invincible DP, that you can choose sides, so you have that screen control, that screen presence of, okay, well, I'm closer to the corner, so I'm going to DP you, but I'm going to knock you back, and now you're closer to the corner. So I mean, he's got good screen control, he's got good high-low mix-up. He's got great damage. As far as cons go, I mean, he's tall. Like, crouching, he's almost eye level with standing Goku. So, you know, he's tall. He's almost 2 Gokus tall. And that's why I use Goku, because he's, you know, kind of the baseline character of height and everything. So, but he's a big boy, and, you know, pretty much side to side, from fist to fist, that's pretty much his hurt box. So he's got a big hurt box. He doesn't have like a Broly size hurt box, but man, he's like second or third as far as like big characters go. So he's tall, he's wide, he's got a big hurt box. He can be fuzzied, very easily fuzzied. So I mean, that's a big downside to playing him, is, you know, you have to, your defense game does have to be pretty on point. Number 2, that is not a low hitting move. So that 2L, you know, it's not a low. A lot of people hate that. I think that, you know, the fact that he's got that low, he's got that low, and he's got that low, kind of make up for the fact that he doesn't have that low. It's a personal opinion on mine, but I don't think a 2L, a low hitting 2L, is make or break for a character. Yeah, it can help, definitely helps, and the more tools the better. And if he had a 2 hitting low L, or low hitting 2L, there we go, 2 hitting low L. If he had a low hitting 2L, I think he would be ranked a lot higher than he is. Most people, if you see him on tier lists, will put him low A, high B, somewhere in there. I've even seen a couple C ranks, and I'm like, oh no, he is not a C rank character. The people who put him in C rank characters just haven't put any time into him to see what he can really do. They haven't really put any real world matches into him. You know, he's not an S rank. He's not, you know, he's not top tier by any means. But I would put him mid A, mid low A, for the simple fact that, yeah, he's got super damage, he's got super range, and he's got, you know, a better mix-up than a lot of people give him credit for. Just because he doesn't have that doesn't mean he doesn't have that. And that right there that will catch a lot of people. So as you can tell, I enjoy playing this character. I love this boy. A lot of people call him my best character, and I understand that. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video so you guys could kind of see my thoughts on him, what I think is good about him, what I think is bad about him. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this video helps you out, learning the character, learning some of the things that he can do. If I missed anything, you know, leave it in the comments below. Or if there's something that I am thinking is correct and is incorrect, leave it in the comments below and we'll talk about it. But anyway, I have been the Real Agent Pete. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share it out so people can learn about the greatness of Lord Kula in all his regality. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, but most importantly, have a great day.